what I'm sharing is I'm telling the example what we are doing in Taiwan. Especially we call the journey for promotion of the water and the heritage in Taiwan. Actually, it's come from the situation we have. I think we give you a brief of our water management challenge in Taiwan. This is the tropical storm past in the last 40 years. Everybody see everywhere. And where is Taiwan? Here is. Okay, so everybody knows we are just on the hotspot of the pathway. Means every year, except last year, this year, no typhoon comes in. So right now we have the drought problem because no water comes up. And also we know the island. We are the island, so when the water sea level rise, and the whole island will become like this. So that's our situation. And also we have the earthquake in last 20 years. So everybody can identify how many earthquakes we have. So this is, and we have the, from north to south, it's only about 400 kilometers. And east to west is less than 115 kilometers. We have the highest mountain in the middle. It's around 4,000 meters. So all the water comes in to this island will very, very steep and quickly go to the ocean. It's our problem. So we have almost 2.5 times of the world average of the rainfall. But if you divide to the person or the area, we are only less than 20% of the world average. So this is the conclusion. We have the drought and also we have floods, and they can occur at the same time in different areas in the small island. So that's our journey. For the first one, we just let me show my screen stuff. We call the 3 steps of our journey. First, we know our problem, so we try to get to the future solution, but it's not easy. Actually, this one doesn't work. So we have to turn back, learning from the past. Going to the past, and we do a lot of irrigation and also cultivation, and that will show you the experience later. And after that, right now we are preparing for the future. Develop, we call the SOP for the public, private, and partnership developing stage. And we have also some of the cases I will show you. So the first stage we call the awareness raising stage. We already know we have a lot of challenge right now in the living environment, but we don't know. We don't know the uncertainty of when, where, how, or in what scale the climate change will affect us. It seems for everybody it's very urgent to take some actions, but we also acknowledge that the very difference among the individuals or the community interest is not easy because everybody thinks different. So it has to take much longer time to reach the public consensus. So we are in the dilemma situation. We don't know how to come up with the no-regret solutions right now. And the concept of learning from water heritage comes in. After around, I think, about 5 or 6 years journey, it helps us to make a significant progress out of this dilemma. And also it encourages us to take the shape of holistic approaches for the future. We talk about how we learn from the past. In our history, in Taiwan history, we have the indigenous history. There's no records, but a lot of people talking in their old tales. But we don't have the documentation quite enough. And Dutchman comes first, in about 400 years ago. And after that, Chinese from mainland, also Japanese, and after the World War II comes to the government right now. We have a lot of things to learn, and also the environment. So the water heritage in Taiwan right now, everybody can categorize and can recognize some of the very important value. The first one is we adapting constantly with the changeable environment, because our environment changes every time, almost any time. And also we hybridizing the adequate technology, especially bring from the outsider, like Dutch people from the mainland, from Japanese, or even from the United States, almost from all of the world. They bring their technology to Taiwan, and they do a lot of things. But also, they have to adjust because the environment is different from their motherland. And right now, everything they can remain and also functions with the same value. It's called sharing water resource equally among the peoples. If we don't share the water resource, then this kind of things will be just rid of in sometimes, in some way. So we know that kind of things. So we use this idea to go back to recognize our water and heritage. But how? Last year, the Water as Heritage Conference, we categorized for the 5 themes. We call the water for service, waterscapes, waterways, water of power, and power of water, and also a worldview on water. We use these kinds of 5 themes as a 5 aspects to let the people to recognize what kind of things they are really care about. And we use this done. In 2017, the Water and Heritage Awareness Shield, and they give to our bureau, the Water Bureau, in that. After they receive this bureau, this year, they get a very, very high recognition. They realize they can do a lot of things. So in last year, they make the book called Learning Water Heritage from the Human Reservoir. It's a reservoir authorities. So after that, then we furnished all the building. We just visited that. And right now, this year, in the next month, in December, they will announce they call the Human Reservoir Museum. It will be the first museum designed for water and heritage in Taiwan. So we can see the kinds of idea, they changed this water management department a lot. They think their way, and also they do a lot of things. And then they just from the share, give them the share, and then they can do a lot of things. Right? And the other one is a city. This city actually developed by the Irrigation Canal in about 300 years ago. And we have a lot of memory of this Irrigation Canal things. And when Japanese came, they tried to develop a new city in this area. And a Scottish engineer came to this city, and he designed the first epidemic prevention oriented canal. Okay, this canal is one of the we didn't know it at that time, but this year, when the COVID comes, everybody recognizes it's a very, very valuable design for that kind of things. And it becomes about 50,000 inhabitants in this city. It's a beautiful city at that time. after World War II, there are another 100,000 refugees camp, and they don't have the place to live. So they're living along this canal and build a lot of temporary houses. And also, they polluted this canal. And the original people, they just think, no, they cannot let the city die. So, takes 30 years, they remove all the building and put this kind of canal, more green and beautiful one. But the water quality is still too bad. And eventually, in 1990, they just covered the whole sewer. So we didn't see the trench at all. But after that, in the 2000 years around, another 20,000 monthly visitors from Asian workers, because they are working in Taiwan. They come to here. You can see so popular for everybody to come here, and then everybody see what's the river are doing. So the local people ask the government to uncovering this channel again. So we do a lot of things, especially mostly we take about more than 200 times of the citizen dialogue to get involved of all these things. And after about 5 years dialogue, right now, this year, the whole channel revive again, and we can see a lot of things. And we ask those people, what do you think about this, the history change about this canal, especially this heritage canal? It shows if we give them a proper narrative of develop for that water managers to understand the cultural heritage for the water management is very, very significant for the future, then they will cherish more on the intangible value, especially like a worldview on water, rather than their think the function for water service. Means doing these kind of things, we can really realize, you can see the graph, a lot of shift from the emphasis on the water for service become the worldview on water. Because everybody, the eyes, they has changed. So after that, we have the competence. So we go forward another step. We make the standard of process, the SOP for the public-private partnership development stage. So this is a flow chart. I think I don't explain them too much, but the cultural heritage actually is like a gateway. You bring everything, and then let them understand that the gateway, and also we can use these things, and then through that, we can recognize what's the compound value we have. So after we have the same value from our cultural heritage,
Dr.
then
Yu?
we can create. Yeah, I will.
And can you round up, please?
Yeah. Okay. Louder. Okay. We can create a vision and do a lot of things, and then right now we are doing all these things. Okay. So right, Taiwan has a lot of things right now. We have the 4 book published, 1 exhibition last year, and 1 will ongoing next week. Actually, it's cooperated with with Netherlands, I think. But unfortunately, everybody can. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yu. It's very inspiring.
Yeah.
That,
okay. So
yeah.
Right now, we are doing a lot of things right now. We are creating new for the Columbus. So at last, next, we have to engage more potential partners. That's our suggestions. Because a lot of things we have to do, and a lot of steps that we can do. And fortunately, we have our interest partner at different sectors. And also, I think we can do a lot of things with all of our international friends. Thank you all. Thank you.